What's up, Port City? What's up? What's up? I hope you're having a good Wednesday night. On this episode of A Real Dialogue, I sit down with Ricky Kelly, creator of Black Beach, White Beach, caught up with him at Cucaloris. But anyway, I know what y'all are wondering right now. Bosh, what are you cooking? You know what I'm saying? Okay, check it out. Ooh, look at that. That's just some rogue meat that I got from Whole Foods. I think it should be pretty good. I don't normally, eat red meat like that, but, this is all organic, the only way to be, you know what I'm saying? And then we got some asparagus over here, you know what I'm saying? Organic life, you know what I'm saying? Where did the idea for Black Beach, White Beach kind of come about?
Well, I had been going there for years, for like 20 years or so. And I started going to the White Rally or the Harley Rally probably 5 or 6 years in. And, I could see a complete, total difference from, the Black Rally and the White Rally. Besides the color of the attendees, the police officers, and of course how we were treated. And it was a friend of mine that I used to go down there with every year. His name's Shawayne, JB. He was like my little protege. Mm-hmm. And on our way back, I would always, tell him, oh man, we could have so much more fun if all these police weren't harassing us and all this, and kind of vent about our experience, the bad part of our experience. And I used to say, well, one day I'm going to tell this story, He said, yeah, Big Rick, that. And he died. He 3 years ago, he just dropped dead at the age of 40, just had his first child, 6-month-old baby, and it was just totally unexpected, just boom, like that. And it showed me that, life is not promised, and to honor his to honor him, I said, well, I'm going to do this, I'm going to take this as the opportunity to bring this story to the people. That was my inspiration. So rest in peace to my man JB, and that's it. But that was my true inspiration. Yeah,
respect, man. That's crazy. That sucks that happened to him. So did you guys did you start riding like way back? When did you start riding?
Yeah, I've been riding for years. My first 2 rallies, I didn't have a bike. I think I was just there for the girls, the party, bike rally thing. And then I was like, man, I got to get a bike because you're limited, when you're in a car. Mm-hmm. And at that time, now you're limited in a bike because they have clamped down so much. You can't cut through traffic. You can't. Yeah. Of course, a bike is designed to run. They have air induction. So if you can't just sit in traffic and idle like a car can. It'll overheat. So this traffic pattern, they've implemented a 23-mile traffic loop, which is again, in my estimation, unconstitutional. And it's like you're basically being corralled for 23 miles. It takes 4 hours to go through this traffic pattern, and once you get in it, you can't get out unless you can prove that you live in this hotel or live at this residence. They will not let you out of this traffic loop. So it's just terrible now.
Yeah, you guys are just coming together just for your love of motorcycles and that culture, you know what I'm saying? And it's crazy that just disrespect that the police and the city has when you guys are coming in and spending so much money there, but they're gonna come through and just corral you. And you talk about like certain businesses shutting their doors and not serving people and stuff.
Yeah, well, A lot of restaurants. It's like the week before you ride down when it's Harley Week, you'll see all these welcome biker signs and just welcome to the city. They're embraced. And then when we come the following week, those same signs are taken down. Some of those restaurants are closed. Some of those businesses are closed. And I had the opportunity the week before to ask a business owner, a restaurant owner, about why do you close your business during Black Bike Week? And he said, he said last year, a few years back, he said we had like 10 plates to run out on us. People, I guess, didn't pay their bills and left. And I said, 10 plates? I said, but you're bringing in an extra 1,000 people during this weekend. You know, you're cutting off your nose to spite your face. And he was like, I don't care. I just don't want to deal with it. I just don't want to have to deal with it, you know, and them. And that's not the overwhelming, for the most part, businesses, they need our money. They want us there. But it's a certain group of businesses that just don't want us there. And I'd like to, like back in the day, we had this thing called a Green Book. Mm-hmm. And when our parents or grandparents or our ancestors traveled in the United States, they had a book, the Green Book, and they had to look and know where to stop, where to get gas, where to eat at, because you couldn't, you know, it was a segregated South, so you couldn't just roll up on any place and decide you want to eat or get some gas. So my thought is maybe we could have a Green Book today that for those businesses that treat us with respect and want us there, and we know who to frequent, who to give our money to. And if they're not in the Green Book, they don't get anything because they just don't respect our dollar.
Yeah, that's so crazy that's still, there's still businesses like that down there.
Well, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just, in
I'm
South
sure
Carolina.
even in Wilmington too, there's probably.
And people talk about, well, we could take the bike rally somewhere else and let's move to Virginia Beach or Daytona Beach. It's like anywhere we go in those numbers, 350 to 500,000 people, we can expect that the city's not going to want us. You know, when I was in college, we used to have, fraternities, what was it? I forget. Okay, at Virginia Beach, they used to have Black College Day. And one year they brought in the National Guard and beat us, like literally beat us up out of their town. So I can just see us wherever we go, it's going to be the same thing. America is still a segregated society in my estimation, and wherever we go, we're going to be treated and received the same way. So I'm not going to stop going. I'm not going to run from or let them win. Mm-hmm. We continue to go. Just be mindful of where we spend our money at, and that type of thing. Know where you're going and what you're doing when you get there.
Yeah, I think that definitely, like, with our history of redlining and stuff, there's been like a manufactured effort to keep the black population, the white population separate, in a lot of ways. And I feel you on that. Like, you guys going somewhere, unfortunately, a lot of people are just like still just so, they're like, I guess it's xenophobia or whatever, just fear of other people that you're not normally around a lot, I guess. I forget, what was the club's name that started out Bike Week in Atlantic Beach?
That would be the Carolina Night Riders. Mm-hmm. And in 1980, they decided they wanted to have something for Memorial Day. This is on Memorial Day, to remember the soldiers that came back from Vietnam and all this, and have a little parade and all. So they devised a plan. Let's have the motorcycle club. Let's have a little rally, and then start inviting people to come. The first year in 1980 had 250 people, and what they would do, they would go out on the road, Texas, Florida, Georgia, all over the country, and they would spread the word. We come to visit you guys. How about you guys come and visit us? And it went from 250,000 to, you know, to what it is now. Almost 500,000 people attend, and that club is suffering as well. You know, they got this little small clubhouse. I mean, they're prideful people. Okay, but I think with them bringing in $40 million, $50 million in revenue to the city of Myrtle Beach, that they should be able to get something. 1% of $40 million, you know what I'm saying, would help that club. And the city of Atlantic Beach gets no funds from that. I mean, they get their vendors, you know, but they don't get a percentage of the hotels that Myrtle, that, you know, by bringing all these people here. It's just terrible. It's like, and Myrtle Beach doesn't care. You treat us bad, take our money, and then won't even share the revenue with the people that started, are the reason why people are there in the first place. It's unconscionable. Okay, they'll keep coming. And what I think they're trying to do is, with bringing all the police in, is to make it just so uncomfortable for us that we stop coming. And you know, I spoke to the mayor, and I spoke to city councilmen, I spoke to a lot of people during this documentary. And the consensus was, just off the record, they don't want us there. They would gladly, if we stop coming, they'd be like, good riddance. We'll have we'll take losses for 5 years. We live in a greedy world, you know, and it's everybody wants to look out for themselves, and nobody respects history anymore, you know. And then, you know, politically, look at the climate we're in today. You know, America's divided. It's been divided, you know. It's just, but you know, there's still hope for us. We have people like yourself, the people that welcome us down here, that respect and show the world that, hey, we can all get along. You know, we can all live together. We're all the same people. You know, the media in Myrtle Beach, every year they make us come off like we're just an evil horde that's invading their city and tearing their city up. And you hear people say, yeah, they're pissing on the sidewalk and they're stealing this and that and the other. But they heard that from somebody else. No, I'm like, did you actually see someone pissing on the sidewalk? Did you actually see someone having sex outside? You know, you hear the same narrative every year when I come down here. It's like the same little lie that's been passed around. And in my movie, we discussed the crime statistics in Myrtle Beach between the two rallies. Now, I made the point in the film that the mayor said there's 30,000 people that come to Harley Davidson Week, right? And there's 300,000 that come to Black Bike Week. So that's 10 times as many people that come. You would think there would be 10 times as much crime, 10 times as much arrest, and just 10, you know, the scale would be dramatically different. But the crime statistics from Myrtle Beach Police Department don't reflect that. It's like you got 53 arrests for, say, public intoxication during Harley Davidson Week. You might have 63 or 73 arrests during Black Bike Week. Now, with 10 times as many people, you would expect it to be 500 arrests, you know, but the numbers are just like, not identical, but they're really close. And it's, you know, so we're not the ones that's going down there and raising hell. I mean,
sounds like the Harley Week.
Right, Harley Week, they party hard. They do what they want to do. I remember back in the day, and this girl was on the back of a bike, on the back of a Harley, topless, with a bottle of Jack Daniels, and I saw this in my own eyes, you know what I'm saying? Turn up, you know, tits out, the whole nine, and I'm like, rolled right by the police, and they're just like looking at her tits. They're not like, you know, that would have been shut down at Black Bike Week. We can't do anything. You can't rev your engine up on your motorcycle. You can't have loud music. You can't, you know, it's just, they're nitpicky. They're just harassing us. You know, it's like, man, we're here. We bringing all this money to have fun. This is our vacation. The people that come on bikes are there for the camaraderie, for seeing the people that they hadn't seen since last year. It's just it's the love of bike culture brings them there. Now, you're going to have crime. Anytime you bring 350,000 people together, you're going to have crime. If you had 350,000 police to come to Myrtle Beach for a convention, they're going to get drunk, they're going to raise hell, crime is going to go up. Any people, you know, it's just natural, but they're trying to kill a fly with a sledgehammer. It's like the fear of black people causes them to over-police us, you know, and it's nowhere near as bad. Now, I would be remiss if I didn't tell about some of the things that's happened over the years. In 2014, you had 3 people got murdered, right? But these people that were killed or that were robbed, it was a group of young people that had been beefing on Facebook, and then when they saw each other down at Myrtle Beach, they had a shootout, or you know, the murder occurred. It wasn't the bike rally attendee. It wasn't the people that were there for the bike rally. These are just some people from darn near from that community, and but it became a stain on the whole event. That's when they made the traffic pattern. That's when the governor, you saw at a press conference, said, Governor Nikki Haley, that they didn't want, you know, that this bike rally must come to an end, and that's what they used as the catalyst to really clamp down on us, you know. And it's just, you see police and they're in armored gear, they got the full camouflage on, you know, it's like we're in Afghanistan. No, it's 100 degrees out here, and you out here like you're ready to go to war.
Yeah,
you know, it's just
that just encourages like more of a divide between the police and the people when they, you know, militarize themselves like that too.
And there's no sensitivity training. They don't teach these cops, like, okay, a lot of these cops come from small jurisdictions, right? Little small towns in America, in South Carolina, where it might be 30 black people in your town, you know? And they're not used to seeing 350,000 black people all at one time. So it's like, and they, again, there's no sensitivity training. There's no telling them, okay, these people are here on vacation, treat them as such. They come down with the mentality that we just gonna stomp out crime. Anybody, does anything, lock them up. And that's just the way it is. So I'd like to see change. I'd like to see this. I would like for the city council of Myrtle Beach, the mayor, and all the people involved to see my film and see it from our perspective and understand that, you know, what we want, some of our demands. And when I say demands, I mean demand for change, because we don't deserve this type of treatment. We love Myrtle Beach, but Myrtle Beach doesn't love us, you know, and that's unfortunate. It's more to us, and it's more to this event than that. It's a lot more to it.
Do you think that it's just getting, the police are increasingly putting more and more pressure on every year, or do you?
Yeah.
So do you foresee it getting better? Or?
It gets worse every year, and I don't want to attack our police. You know, all of the guys, I've met cops down there who are real, like Chief Taylor, who's no longer the chief of Atlantic Beach, but he was the youngest police chief, black police chief in the state of South Carolina, and he had a philosophy on this, which came from Florida, Daytona Beach. Okay, Daytona Beach will have a large police presence, but the thing is, they will stage the police off. Let the people do what they want to do. They'll take 2 officers, put 2 officers on each block, and they'll stage everyone else. So you don't have to deal with just seeing them. If something jumps off, the police can respond quickly, you know. And I think that they should try that approach rather than just every 10 feet there's a cop. And he's not officer friendly. You know, he's not, you can't ask them, hey, where's the donut shop? Because they don't know. They're not from that community. You know what I'm saying? They're just like, keep it moving, move on. It's just bad attitude, bad policing. And again, I'm not going to knock all of them, because, you know, they have a job to do. You know, we'd have anarchy if we didn't have police in our society. But it's just a way of policing. I think overall, not just Myrtle Beach, I mean, police forces all around this country need to reevaluate their training and become more accountable for what they do, you know, because every day you look on the internet, you see dirty cops, you know, bad cops that are, you know, planting evidence, assaulting people, black and white, killing people, you know, killing dogs. They don't care, you know. It's shoot first and ask questions later. You know, it's like, and then they're never held accountable. They never go to jail. They never, you know, it's like the whole system is corrupt.
Yeah, they're like above the law.
That's it.
It's out from that, but it's just like it's like we have soldiers, you know, on our streets that you know completely just disenfranchise, you know, the black and Latino community, especially. You know, it's crazy.
And they get a lot of, you know, military guys to serve in police forces, and a lot of them come back with, you know, PSD and all types of issues. And just because you were a soldier doesn't make you the best, you know, police officer, you know, to serve and protect. You know, it's not kill and break a nigga's neck. That's what, you know, they tend to do. So again, I don't want to come off like, you know, like all police are bad, because I've had it out with people on the internet because of my movie. I've had cops threaten me, real talk, on the over this film, you know, from Myrtle Beach. You know, I had went with me and one officer. He went into my inbox and he was like, "Well, I can't wait to meet you when you get down here," you know, because I'm telling him, you know, I'll be down to film. And he's like, "I can't wait to see you when you get down here. I hope my back." This is what he said. He said, "My back, I hurt my back helping a black lady who was being attacked by her white boyfriend." He said, "I'm out right now, but I hope my back will be ready when I come back so I can meet you." And I was like, you know, I knew that was a threat, you know, and I told him, "Your back better be ready when you come and see me, because I'm not, you know, don't bring your gun, don't bring your boys, just, you know." But that's just the type of, the things I have to go through. I didn't expect that.
Your film doesn't even, like, it doesn't, like, attack any officer. Like, I feel like you frame it like these police are victims of a broken system. Not necessarily victims, but the system's broken, and the the policy is what's creating. Like, so that's crazy that were threatened like that and get that kind of individual. Yeah.
You know, it's a lot of things. You know, people make all these assumptions about my film that don't, just by the title alone. I've heard people say, "Oh, your title is divisive. We just know it's another one of those films," you know. And it's like, watch the movie, get the movie. When it comes out, then you can, if you have issues, but don't just assume anything about my film, you know, and not knowing. But I think people will be pleased with it. I think we worked really hard in crafting this story and trying to, and it's not a story, it's just the real, you know. The cameras don't lie. And I said going in, I said, I'm going to show it for what it is. I'm not going to try to make white people look bad or Harley Week look bad or the police look. If our people act out down there, I'm going to show it. You know, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. And I maintain that. And that's where we are with this project. I think I'm like grateful that Myrtle Beach, you know, welcomed me in. Some of the people welcomed us in and opened up their minds to us, and I'm proud of it. You know, that's it.
Yeah, man. Congratulations on everything, man. Huge accomplishment, and I think you did all of us a service by making that film. So respect.
Thank you.
But you know, how can we support Black Beach, White Beach? You know, this is like, I like to let everybody plug some stuff at the end of the show here. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we still have like some lighting things, some technical things that we'd like to work out. You know, we still got a few bills to pay. You know, so we are part of the Southern Documentary Film Fund. So if you would like to donate, just put Southern Documentary Film Fund, go to the Black Bike Week page, and there's a donate button. It's all tax deductible to support the film. And you know, I want to give a shout out to Christopher Everett. He's the director of Wilmington's on Fire. I made him my executive producer of my film because of his support. When I reached out to him early on in the making of this film, he just, whatever you need, man, I'll help you. You know, and he's been a great promoter of my project, a great friend. You know, I could call him and talk to him about some of these issues that I'm having. So shout out to Christopher Everett, Kent Chatfield from this area.
Yeah.
You know, this was made, my wife helped me without a doubt. I couldn't have done this without her support. It's just a lot of people. My editor, David Iverson, he's an incredible editor. You know, people, if you can't, I'm not, well, I'm a filmmaker now, but prior to this, I wasn't a filmmaker. You know, I took this on and said, hey, I had a vision. I knew I could do it, but I didn't have the technical skills for editing, you know. And find yourself somebody that makes your project look like you want it to look. There's so many stories out here. I tell people all the time, anybody can do this. All you have to do is write it out, make a plan, and tell that story the way you want to see it, you know. And don't settle for if you pay for what you get. If you try to do it yourself and it looks like crap, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you spend the money and find a professional to show your vision. And you can bring some of these stories, because everybody, there's a story in everybody.
Word. I like that. Well, thank you, man.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.